Today from Progressive Field in Cleveland, the Red Sox begin a crucial 11-game road trip to 4 cities. The first 3 opponents, all playoff contenders after a sweep of Arizona. Game 1, a makeup of a rainout opening week. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cleveland. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner is the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Gary Striewski joining us in just a couple of moments. Eck, it is the start of an 11-game trip, absolutely crucial for the Boston Red Sox in terms of keeping intact when they get back home to Fenway Park and possible playoff ramifications, don't you think?
Absolutely. And this game's been a long time coming. It couldn't come at a worse time. They could have used this day off. But it's one game at a time, and you're here playing against Cleveland, who's got one of the best teams. They're leading the Central. And you go from there to Baltimore to Detroit. And everybody's been dreading that Thursday day game in Detroit. But you got to play them. And Detroit's got a good club, and they took 3 games from the Red Sox. They owe them. But you can't go limping into Tampa. You just can't. You can't say, well, we're going to go to Tampa. We'll win there. They've got to take care of business early. And it happens today. They've got to win this game. It's a good way to get off, especially after yesterday. Beat Greinke. A good game today to start this trip is to beat Cleveland.
Yep, scoring 16 runs yesterday. It is Cleveland, so weather is always part of the equation, but the tarp is off the field. This game will begin on time. What a day yesterday for Mookie Betts. A career day for the Red Sox outfielder. He's been a leadoff man, a number 3 hitter. He's batting cleanup today. The hottest bat in the majors right now, taking on the Indians in Game 1 in just a moment. Red Sox baseball on net. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. The 2017 Kia Sportage. Visit anykiadealers.com to learn more. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Subaru Retailers of New England. And by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Red Sox here at Progressive Field in Cleveland for just a day, and then it is on to Baltimore as we bring in Gary Striewski down on the field. Gary, a couple of changes in the lineup. Mookie Betts hitting in a power spot again.
Yeah, some good changes, OB. You're not, X not, I'm not surprised. Red Sox fans shouldn't be surprised that Mookie Betts is getting slotted down into that cleanup role, considering what he did yesterday, of course, 3 home runs. The only person who's surprised is the guy who's hitting cleanup.
I can't really think about that part. I can only think about just continuing to do the same thing I've been doing. I don't want to add any pressure on myself. So right now I'm just going to think about going up and just having the same mentality as I did when I let off. It's still surprising, you know, something I've never done again. So I'm just go in and just continue to do the same thing.
We got more coming up in the game about me giving Mookie Betts the news that, in fact, he was going to be hitting cleanup. I sort of interrupted his breakfast with the news, and let's just say he didn't believe me. He needed some reassurance. That's coming up, of course, as we try to get this ball game underway. And, guys, this is a good sign. The field crew wrapping up the top. That means baseball is on its way.
Lesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. And by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. The weather is holding. Very cloudy, overcast here in Cleveland. It usually is. It has been every time the Red Sox have been here, going back to the early days of April. Today is a makeup game of the game postponed April 7th. Here at Progressive Field. That was the last day of the very first series the Red Sox played. Mookie Betts batting out of the cleanup spot today. 26 home runs, 84 runs batted in. And a lot of folks connected with the Indians were talking to us outside the clubhouses today about the MVP candidate, maybe the lead MVP candidate in the American League right now, Mookie Betts.
And I tell you what, I would have said that before the 3 home runs, that he's been right there, but that sort of lit up everybody's eyes at 3 home runs once again, the second time he's done that this year. And now we're going to go on to Baltimore, so this is a good series coming up for Mookie. And then he's gone to the cleanup spot now. I thought number 3 was a good spot for him. Now he goes to number 4.
That's right. The last time he was in Baltimore, he had 5 home runs over 2 days. And we check out the standings inside the American League East beginning play today. Red Sox are 2 games off the pace behind Toronto, and the Orioles are a half game out. In the wild card, the Red Sox still leading the Detroit Tigers for that second wild card spot by a game and a half. Game 1 of 11 on the road. The Red Sox hope to be in Cleveland for only about 19 hours, then head on to Baltimore. That's for just 2 games. Then to Detroit after a night game, a day game in Detroit at 1 o'clock on a Thursday. At least they can settle in Motown. They'll be there for 4 days, and also on to Tampa Bay for 4.
Well, the dreaded game really actually is that Thursday game. I mean, everybody looked at that. They looked at that long time ago at the start of the season. It's not like this thing snuck up on them, but they got to do what they got to do. And Detroit's, barking at their heels with the wild card spot, so they could do some damage there too.
Right-hander Josh Tomlin leading out the Indians in front of a small crowd here at Progressive Field. Time for the Red Sox lineup. It's brought to you by BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. Dustin Pedroia leads it off, coming off a 5-hit game. Xander Bogaerts back in there at short. He's been slumping. David Ortiz, the DH. Mookie Betts in right field. Jackie Bradley, Aaron Hill, Travis Shaw, followed by Brian Holiday, who does the catching, and Andrew Benintendi still with a hot bat, the 22-year-old in left field and batting ninth against the Indians starter, presented by GMC. Tomlin is 11-5, an ERA of 4.18, 6'1", about 190. Not a hard thrower, throws a lot of strikes and gives up a lot of home runs.
The Indians defense brought to you by DraftKings. You look across the infield on third base, Jose Ramirez, Lindor at short, Michael Martinez at second, Carlos Santana at first. Out in the outfield, Geyer, they got him from Tampa. Left field, Raja Davis center, Almonte in left. Behind the plate, Jimenez catching Josh Tomlin.
The umpires brought to you by ToyotaCertified.com. Chad Whitson has the plate. Gary Cederstrom at first. Jim Wolf at second. Adrian Johnson makes the calls at third. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory back Toyota certified used vehicle right now. And the weather, as mentioned, a little bit sketchy. A chance of thunderstorms. Right now 79 degrees. Wind out to right at 7 miles per hour.
There you go.
And Dustin Pedroia will step in against Tomlin. First pitch of the day is strike one as we get started. Pedroia hitting .307 with 12 home runs. And his 5-hit game on Sunday was historic. Tried to check, and that's a strike. 5th time he's done it. 2nd time this season, but the 5 times in his career, a Red Sox record. And Tomlin with the 0-2. And a lunge after that one at Martinez, who was in a Red Sox uniform not long ago, throws him out.
Tell you, yesterday, the first pitch he hit off of Greinke, a little low fastball down and away, base hit to right field, really kick-started the Red Sox. He tried to do it again right there.
Now, Hanley Ramirez out on bereavement leave, and he'll be out for 3 days. The Red Sox are missing a potent bat, especially the way he has been swinging it lately. And that adds even more pressure to Xander Bogaerts to start to swing the bat like he's capable again. His batting average down to .313, 14 homers, 69 runs batted in. Lately making a lot of easy outs. And did not have a good homestand, Eck. He was 3 for 16.
You know, we started to say the same thing about Mookie Betts, right? Didn't swing the bat one night, say, oh, what's wrong with Mookie? Then he goes out and hits 3 home runs. But he's needed some time off. He looked tired, and he even admitted he's not swinging the bat well at all.
1-2.
And this is a guy on the mound that you should be able to knock around. Giving up 27 home runs the time he's been out there. He's done a nice job for the Indians. You know, he's their 5th starter, you'd say.
Yeah, 11-5 coming in. Fouled back out of play, but at one point back on July 1st he was 9-1. Kind of hit the skids lately, and ERA since then of almost 7.
That's shocking, seeing 75% fastballs. I was thinking this guy just kind of slow breaking balls, cut fastballs.
Pop to right. Almonte underneath that one for the 2nd out. He's the kind of pitcher, because he does not rely on velocity and really doesn't attack in terms of the big fastball, that has given the Red Sox problems.
Yeah, he moves that fastball around. When it says fastball, it's not cross-seam fastball. It's a little cut, a little sink. But you see, he's gotten knocked around the last 6. The last 2, he's given up 7 runs in each of the starts.
That'll send up David Ortiz, checking in at .310, 26 homers, 90 RBIs. Bases empty, 2 fast outs here in the 1st inning. And David will take ball 1. He's 2 for 14 against Tomlin. Both of the hits are home runs. The overshift on, 3 men stacked on the right. And another ball to make it 2-0. Mookie Betts on deck.
Well, this guy's not going to walk you. He's second in the league in walks per 9 innings, so that's why he gives up the home runs.
2-0 pitch and ball 3.
If there's a guy you're going to walk, this would be him.
Red Sox playing 3 different opponents in 3 consecutive days. Arizona, the Indians, and Baltimore. And he pops it up on 3-0 into left center. Out goes Lindor, and he'll run it down to retire the side. So the Red Sox go 1-2-3 here in the top of the first inning. Place team in the Central. Here's the Indian lineup now, brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Rajai Davis has been a nice pickup for them. He's in center. Jose Ramirez at third base. He can really hit. So can Lindor. Mike Napoli's having a big year. Bounce back year with 29 homers. Santana, Geyer, who's a baseball magnet, followed by Abraham Almonte. Jimenez doing the catching. And as mentioned, Martinez back with Cleveland. They have him on the infield. A Red Sox starting pitcher presented by New England outing dealers. Drew Pomeranz, 0-2, a 5.26 ERA.
You know, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines.
Davis, 263, 10 homers, 38 runs batted in as he settles in. Of course, he can still run, as he will take a ball to get started by Pomeranz.
Pomeranz has really just pitched so-so. You know, he hasn't gone deep into many games. Last time out goes into the 6th inning. Farrell hooks him with 1 out.
Pop to right. Shaw, Pedroia, Betts. Betts slips and makes the play anyway. Feet gave out.
That's deja vu of the other night.
Only this time the catch was made.
Yes. He's looking for Shaw, and then he slips on his back heel, but keeps his balance. What a great play there by Mookie. This could have been a disaster. Nicely done. He says he's got it, but a little dance before he gets there. That's an athletic move for you.
It's pretty slick out there. He did have a light rain earlier. Game starting on time as Jose Ramirez gets in at 314 with 8 homers and an 18-game hitting streak.
This guy has gone under the radar. Not a lot of people know how good this kid is.
And they're finding out as he flicks that one foul. Lindor on deck. Lindor typically gets all the attention in this lineup, but Ramirez is out hitting him.
And the first 3 guys in this lineup all could run.
Ramirez is hit in every spot in their batting order, so Terry Francona really moves him around. He has reached base in 20 consecutive games. This is a really good lineup that Tito has. They are second in runs behind the Red Sox in the American League. Softly hit. Shaw with an easy play. 2 up and 2 down.
Let's try this defense again. The Red Sox defense brought to you by Southwest Airlines. You can look around the infield. Aaron Hill at third, Bogey at short, Petey at second. Shaw moves over to first. The outfield, Benintendi in left, Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Holiday catching Drew Pomeranz.
And the dynamic shortstop Lindor to climb in. 309, 14 homers, 61 RBIs. Hits lefties, hits righties. He hits at home. He hits on the road. He's scored 80 runs. He's 6th in hits. He's 9th in batting average in the American League. Last year, the American League Rookie of the Year runner-up. In for a strike.
You know, everybody talks about the Indians and their rotation. You know, that's what their strong suit is. What they forget is this team could score some runs.
You're in first place with a record of 67 and 48. That's a swing and a miss. They are 5 ahead of Detroit. Fans, be sure to stop by Plainridge Park Casino. Plainridge Park Casino, the official sponsor of winning. Terry Francona getting a lot of credit for keeping guys fresh, managing his bullpen. A swing and a miss. Pomeranz puts him away. A very good first inning as he gets him in order. No score after 1. Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. No score after 1. Mookie Betts about to lead things off in the 2nd inning. For more on him hitting out of the 4th spot, let's go to Gary.
Guys, kind of weird not watching Mookie Betts have an at-bat in the 1st inning. Take you back to about 10:15 this morning as the Red Sox players are strolling into the clubhouse. I take a look at the lineup and walk over to Mookie, who's having breakfast, and say, hey, you're batting cleanup. You ever hit 4th before? And he takes a bite of his bacon and looks at me and says, who's hitting cleanup? I was like, you. He said, I'm hitting cleanup. He didn't believe me, so he got up, checked the lineup, and sure enough, here he is in that 4-hole. Of course, Hanley Ramirez on that 3-day bereavement in the Dominican. John Farrell saying he needed another right-handed bat in that slot. But of course, given Mookie Betts' power to 3 home runs yesterday, this is probably going to be a nice spot for him over the next couple days, guys.
Yeah, 26 home runs now, Gary. He is tied with David Ortiz for the club high. 84 runs batted in, and thrust himself to the top of the American League MVP discussion after that performance on Sunday. Flies that one well hit to center. Davis racing back. He's there on the track. He runs it down up against the wall for out number 1.
Boy, he put a charge into that ball right there. I thought they had a chance. The way he hits that spin on that ball, swings down on it. See, Rajah Davis ran out of room.
Bradley next. Jackie only had 1 hit in the Arizona series, but it was a home run. Up into the pesky pole on the right field line. First extra base hit since the 2nd of August. And he'll look at a strike. These are the 2 highest scoring offenses in the American League. Sox number 1 in baseball, averaging 5.5 runs a game. The Indians a little over 5 runs a game. Gary talked about Hanley Ramirez, though, his departure for the next 3 days. Stephen Wright has also gone on the disabled list. Retroactive to August 8th. Clay Buchholz will start on Thursday in his place at Detroit. That's the day game. Wright could still pitch at Tampa Bay at the end of the trip, coming off the DL. Flick foul out of play.
You know, I thought it was wishful thinking that Wright was going to not go on the DL, but he ends up going on the DL.
You know, he had been feeling better. The signs were pointing toward today and a throwing session that would determine whether he would be disabled. Backhand stab by Santana. Not a great throw. A little stumble there by Tomlin, but he gets the out at first base. That goes 3-1. And they're 2 down.
Nice play there by Tomlin to get over there. A little pick by Carlos Santana. The throw is behind him, but he finds the bag anyway. Almost twisted an ankle.
Mike Napoli to DH today. Here's Aaron Hill, 229 with a homer, 5 runs batted in with the Red Sox. No score in the second inning. He was 3 for 10 against Arizona. Had one of those early hits against Zach Greinke. That was just bizarre to see Greinke get tattooed like that.
Totally. I was in shock. And nothing was hit soft. It wasn't like there was a bleeder here or there. Everything was sharply hit. 3 home runs.
And we come on talking about how good Greinke's been and his Cy Young and runner-up last year. You know, he's been tremendous on the road, undefeated, and it looked like batting practice.
The look on his face sitting in the dugout. Never happens to him. Maybe once in his whole career.
Yeah, he had one worse start than that where he gave up 11 earned runs. Yesterday was 9 earned. But a shocker to see that. The Red Sox knocked them all over the ballpark. Here's the 1-2. Chopped toward the middle. Martinez throws off balance. He made a nice play there. So the Red Sox go 1-2-3 for the second inning. No score here in Cleveland. Baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. American League home run leaders during home games. The topic of this one, Mike Napoli has hit 19 home runs here and 29 overall. David Ortiz was 16 at Fenway Park, including one on the last homestand. Napoli about to lead off the inning, and then Santana and Geyer for the Indians. They're doing the same thing that the Red Sox are doing. 3 different opponents on 3 consecutive days. They beat the Angels yesterday here, hosting the Red Sox today, and then the White Sox come in on Tuesday, and Toronto is here over the weekend. Red Sox hoping Cleveland will help them out. It'll be inside ball 1 on Napoli.
Boy, they got lucky with Napoli. They really did. The Indians got him for $7 million. This is the best year he has ever had. Not average wise, but the home runs and RBIs.
Flies that one into left field. It hangs up for Benintendi. One man away in the second inning. Santana next. Sox fans looking for the best seats to the biggest games. Check out the official Red Sox ticket resale marketplace at RedSoxReplay.com. It's the best place for season ticket holders to sell their tickets when they can't make it to the game. Red Sox fans in attendance here in Cleveland. Again, not a big crowd. They've been averaging about 19,000 a game, which for a first place team is pretty darn low. Here's Santana, 242, 25 home runs. So the enthusiasm is not bubbling over for the Indians yet, as that one's popped up into center. Easy play for Jackie Bradley. Pomeranz is mowing him down early.
Doesn't seem like a lot of energy in this ballpark, does it? Or is this just us? I mean, it just seems dull.
There is no energy.
There is no energy right now.
We're doing what we can. But
everybody's making outs. There's nothing happening, which is beautiful right now. You don't want to see them score any runs. See, the baby's tired.
Here's Brandon Guyer. Guyer gets hit every other at bat, it feels like.
Would you call him the magnet?
He's a baseball magnet.
He really is. 24 times he's been hit.
Red Sox have hit him too. Into right field and Mookie Betts. This is going to be a very quick inning for Pomeranz. For him, 6 up and 6 down, and we're scoreless after 2. Red Sox season, game number 117 in 86. The Red Sox beat the Detroit Tigers 7-5. Marty Barrett had 3 hits. Bill Buckner drove in 3 runs for Boston. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Gary Striewski alongside. Nobody has a hit yet as we go to the 3rd. And it'll be Travis Shaw, Brian Holiday, who's catching today, and then Andrew Benintendi against the right-hander Josh Tomlin, who's out of Tyler, Texas. Travis hitting .253, 14 home runs, and he went hitless on the homestand. He went 0 for 15 on the homestand. So another Red Sox hitter, and there are a couple of them in the lineup who are skidding at the moment, in there for a strike despite the 16 runs yesterday.
A lot of pop-ups by Shaw, especially yesterday, right? Same pitch, up and away.
Yeah, went 0 for 7 in that series. In one game he popped to third 3 times. So trying to find that swing. One-two on the way. He swung and missed. It got past Jimenez. And Shaw's going to be safe at first base. So despite the strikeout, the catcher could not corral it, and the Sox have a base runner.
That should be a pass ball right there. This ball's got to be caught. I don't think it bounced. It's like a hard breaking ball in the dirt. He's sitting outside. This ball comes down middle. He got to catch that ball. Yes, it is a pass ball.
They will rule it a pass ball. And now they've changed it to a wild pitch. They've made it a wild pitch.
I'm the pitcher. I always say wild pitch.
Here's Holiday. He'll look at a strike, hitting .250 without a homer, 1 run batted in. Has some pop in that bat to run into one as you look at his overall numbers, including his numbers with Detroit. This year teams are 18-9 in games that he has started. The 0-1, a check swing. The appeal and a swing and a miss, said Gary Cederstrom.
See that little cutter there by Tomlin. You know, you don't face too many pitchers like this. See the breaking ball, he can't hold up on the little cutter, but you don't see a lot of pitchers like this. They don't throw. He throws under 90 miles an hour. It just doesn't happen. Everybody throws so hard nowadays. We've seen a few of them. He's not as bad as Weaver, obviously. We saw A.J. Griffin with Texas that was kind of under 90 miles an hour, but he just moves it around. It's amazing.
Now, Cleveland must think there's a potential hit and run here because he just threw over to first base with Travis Shaw there. And that'll be down and in for a ball with Benintendi on deck.
Why would we try to hit and run? Just to try to make something happen, I guess, because we don't do it all that much.
Tomlin was shelled in his last 2 starts. A 13-7 loss to the Yankees, a 7-4 loss at Washington. Allowing 14 runs in 8 2/3 in those 2. A wave and a miss. He went chasing. And strike 3. Actually back-to-back Ks, although the first time Shaw reached. Fans, you can help NESN by taking a 2-minute survey and enter for a chance to win a VIP NESN experience on August 31st at the ballpark. Visit NESN.com/survey during the game for your chance to win. And now Benintendi hitting .394, no homers, 6 runs driven in. He was 2 for 4 yesterday in a blowout of Arizona. 1 man out and in for a strike. Yesterday, his 5th multi-hit game out of the 11 he's played at the big league level. There's been a lot of talk, Eck, about his swing. Opposing teams, obviously the Red Sox loved it. Another called strike. It's quickly 0-2.
But you got to like his swing. And in Fenway Park, you know, a couple balls he hit off the wall this past homestand. Pulled the ball off Greinke yesterday. He tried to throw a fastball in on him. He snapped it down the right field line.
He had a good homestand. He was 8 for 20, and he drove in 4 runs.
They are really concerned about Travis, huh?
Apparently. He's gone over there a couple of times. No score here in the top half of the 3rd inning at Cleveland. Runner holding, and it's bounced up there, and it skips right past Jimenez. Wild pitch gets him down to second base.
Well, that's his strikeout pitch, that curveball. He fires in the dirt. Not even close. You can't blame the catcher on that because this ball didn't get past the dirt, barely out of the dirt.
So the Sox have a man in scoring position for the rookie. On Tuesday, Benintendi became the first Sox player since 1913 with back-to-back 3-hit games out of his first 6 in the majors. Got a piece of it. One and 2 with Dustin Pedroia on deck. Red Sox opened the 2016 season right here in Cleveland. It was supposed to be a 4-game series, but opening day was rained out. Sox won 6-2 the next day, then lost 7-6, then were rained out again on April 7th, and today is the makeup of that one. Shaw leading, and a line shot to right. Almonte will make the play. Shaw trying to get back into second base as the throw comes to third. And that was a bullet by Benintendi. He hit it too hard.
Once again, they try to throw a fastball in on Benintendi. He is all over this pitch. I thought he was going to go bridge right there. Forget that he's not a big man, but this ball was stung. Tomlin got a lot of help right there. Look at this ball. This ball is stung out there to Almonte. He gets to it. He's got a good arm out there too. He overthrows, but you see Shaw almost got doubled up.
He had gone too far. He went beyond halfway to third. He was lucky the throw was not into second. So now Pedroia trying to pick him up. He's 0 for 1 with a soft ground ball to second. And lashes one foul for strike one. So yesterday 5 for 6. And since moving to the leadoff spot on Wednesday, and he's not fond of leading off, but since moving to that top spot, he's gone 11 for 22. And he'll take one down and away, 1-1. These cold hard facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Red Sox franchise leaders, number of games with 5 or more hits. Dustin Pedroia now at the top of that list with 5 in front of Carl Yastrzemski and Johnny Pesky. Ted Williams did it 3 times.
Obviously not an easy thing to do, especially 5 times.
Did it against Minnesota earlier this season. Pedroia did, and that's outside. Xander Bogaerts would hit next. There are 2 down. Red Sox have a base runner at second base. They do not have a hit yet against Josh Tomlin. Shaw reached after the strikeout and the wild pitch. Rolled foul.
I'll tell you what, you don't have to throw hard to be a good pitcher. This guy is a perfect example of that.
Greg Maddux was a perfect example of that later in his career. When he first came up, though, Maddux threw hard.
Yeah, I saw him. I played with him when he first came up. He threw 90s easy, 92, 93. But he got away with basically 88, but he painted. This kid doesn't throw any harder than 88.
He came back from elbow reconstruction in 2013, and he's been up and down since then.
He makes the most out of that salad he features.
Two down, a man at second base, and the 2-2 pops out of the mitt, but no advance by Shaw, and the count full.
Jimenez had a hard time catching these balls. That ball's a strike, and it boxes back and forth out of his glove. It's not a pretty sight.
It's kind of a rough inning.
Yeah.
But can the Red Sox capitalize here? The 3-2 pitch to Dustin Pedroia. Pop foul out of play. DraftKings is the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of the Red Sox. Experience the thrill of playing on DraftKings now. Play free daily using the promo code NESSN at DraftKings.com. 3-2 on Pedroia. The Red Sox have not played very well against the Central Division. They're 11-14 against the Indians division this season. And a base hit into right field. Almonte with a good arm. Here comes Shaw. Here's the throw to the plate, and that will not be close. He's going to be tagged out in front of home plate. So he's cut down despite the base hit by Dustin Pedroia. Almonte made sure it was not close. Still no score. Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC and Steve Lyons break it all down. You'll hear from Drew Pomerantz and John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but W.B. Mason.
This last play that ends the inning here, base hit by Pedroia going out to Almonte out in right field. As soon as he got his hand on this ball, I said there is no chance, and at the plate he was a dead duck. But with 2 outs is probably the only reason why you send him, because all Almonte had to do was get it in the vicinity and he was out.
Brian Butterfield and Shaw certainly hoping the throw would be offline, but he has a good, strong, accurate arm. And Almonte will lead off here in the 3rd inning. No score. That was the first hit of the ball game for either side. A single by Pedroia. Almonte 297 with a homer and 9 runs batted in, facing Pomerantz, who's been sharp in the first 2 innings. He has yet to win for the Red Sox in 5 starts. His last start came against the Yankees. That was a 9-4 Red Sox loss. He went 5 1/3, 6 hits, 1 run, no decision.
You know, he's pitched just okay. That first start was bad, right? Because he had a big lead, blew it against San Francisco. But since that time, he's just been fair. Every start, he's given up at least a home run. You know, every time out, once he gave up 2. So that's been kind of a problem for him. But can't go deep into the game. He needs to get off to Schneid here and get a W, and maybe that'll help.
There's a lot of home run in each Red Sox start he's made. The 3-1. A strike. Almonte hits left-handers. 357 off lefties. And the 3-2. Check swing. That's in there for strike 3. Right at the bottom of the zone. He was trying to buy a walk by darting up the first base line. But Chad Whitson reels him back. A strikeout victim.
Boy, nice comeback there by Pomerantz. Pounds the fastball 3 times. One at the bottom of the zone to punch him out. You see him setting up inside, but that ball catches the bottom of the strike zone. Barely. I want it. He got it.
Jimenez, the catcher, a light hitting catcher. 214, 3 homers. He's driven in 10. 0-0 in the 3rd. And in fact, the Indians without a base runner yet. Jimenez just 174 against southpaws.
You know, you talk about he had come up with this cutter. That's why he was so successful, or part of it had something to do with his success this year, but we haven't seen a lot of him. He's been really fastball, curveball.
And a whole lot of curveballs, a lot of hooks.
He's got a good hook.
But you look at the breakdown now in the American League. Coming into today, he had thrown 25 2/3 innings, and he allowed 15 earned runs, 28 hits, 6 homers. That'll be in there for strike 3. Caught him looking, put him away very fast. He threw over 100 innings in the National League and allowed 8 home runs. So he really kept the ball in the ballpark. A lot of that was San Diego.
Yeah, San Diego, right.
But he gave up very few hits, only 67 hits.
Well, these Indians have a black hole, the bottom of their lineup they talk about. Jimenez being one of them.
Red Sox family pack at the end of summer is back. As Martinez fouls one away. Special ticket offer. You get free parking, a free duck tour ride to and from the park, and a free hot dog and soda with each ticket, courtesy of Aramark. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/familypack. Martinez 271 with 1 home run. He flies that one into right field, and Pomerantz will set down the first 9 men he faces here this afternoon in Cleveland. 0-0 as we go to the 4th. Premier League season is underway for Liverpool. Tune in tonight at 6. Liverpool heads to London to take on Arsenal. Xander Bogaerts about lead off the 4th inning. Then David Ortiz and Mookie Betts. Red Sox getting their second look at the right-hander Josh Tomlin. Xander 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field. And including Monday's scheduled off day last week, he's had 3 days off in the last week. He cracks that one for a base hit over the leaping Ramirez. So the Red Sox have the first man aboard in the 4th inning. And their second hit.
Maybe second time around they're going to do some damage, because that's not much right there. You talk about a fastball right there with nothing on it. It's like taking candy from a baby. Little fastball down the middle.
Brings up Big Papi 0 for 1. He's popped to short. David 2 for 15 against the right-hander from Tyler, Texas, who says his favorite road city is Boston. Ground ball to first. Santana up and gunning out there. Plenty of time for the double play. So that was quick as Ortiz gets doubled up and they're 2 down.
It must look tantalizing. That's all I can say, because there's not much there. He hits a ground ball 1 hop to Santana. Fastball middle. Santana's got all the time in the world to turn this double play. Everybody knows that. If there's a tailor-made double play to a first baseman, I think that would be it with Ortiz at bat.
So they're empty for Mookie Betts, who's 0 for 1, a fly to center field. No score in the 4th. When you think of the soft tossers like Jared Weaver and this guy and a slew of other guys like Stripling and other guys who didn't throw that hard.
How do you do it?
Who have given the Red Sox fits at times, and yet they're throwing 87.
I mean, you watch this guy throw it and you wouldn't even sign him this day and age, right? You go out to see somebody pitch, but they were licking their chops over Lincecum when he had his little tryout recently. We saw what he featured. I mean, to me, it was awful.
That's over now.
Yeah, that's over now.
No longer a big leaguer, although they paid him $2 million to make a handful of starts.
As if he needed it. He probably already had 50 in the bank.
2-1. Tried to hold up with a swing and a miss.
But we saw Weaver, which is incredible. I think Weaver pitched here yesterday.
He did, and not too well.
No.
But there are times those guys have dazzled this Red Sox order. That kind of pitcher. It's been frustrating to watch. Rocketed, but foul.
Well, this guy's had arm trouble, right, for a couple of years. His elbow, this and that.
Yeah, he had his elbow reconstructed 3 years ago.
Right. Then last year he came back and went 7-2. So they thought, hey, he's back, because he won 12 games several years ago.
The 2-2 to Betts. Hammered for a base hit. So the Red Sox with a couple of hits in the inning, no runs yet. Mookie's on again. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, Mookie gets a breaking ball, hits it in the hole for a base hit. You'd like to think he could run right here. Jackie at bat. See a little curveball down. He goes down and gets it. Doesn't hit it out of the ballpark, but he'll take that knock right there. I don't know how his legs feeling, but this is a time to run.
18 stolen bases. He's been caught 3 times. Here's Jackie Bradley. Ripped a home run to the pesky pole yesterday. 0 for 1 today. Red Sox trying to get off on a good start on this gigantic trip, both in terms of length and importance to the season. 2 men out. Up the middle for a base hit. Betts taken off, rounding second. He'll make it into third base. So the double play by Ortiz really hurt. The Red Sox are swinging the bats in the inning with 3 base hits to bring up Aaron Hill.
Oh, Tomlin throws a fastball in his eyes. Look at this ball's up, chest high fastball. He almost snags it on the mound. Maybe he got a piece of it, but that ball was stung. First and third right here. Too bad about that double play, or they'd have something really happening.
So they're on the corners for Hill, who's 0 for 1. Ground ball out to second. 1 for 8 against Tomlin in his career. Boston trying to get on the board. The lights are on here in Cleveland, although it seems to be brightening up a little bit. Downstairs for ball 1. And a little bit inside apparently. Yeah, those lights are on. Did have a little light rain this morning. Tarp was on the field till about an hour and a half before the game.
You know, you can't help but think he's going to give up a home run at some point in this game. He started 21 games, 19 games he's given up home runs, 27 overall.
It's tied for the most in the American League. Red Sox have all the hits in the game, all 4 of them. And that one caught by Tomlin. That one was headed for right center field. So he barely survived that inning despite 3 hits. He gets out of it without a run. Still a nothing game at Progressive Field. Hill hit a shot, but Tomlin was right there.
Back-to-back times. You talk about the base hit before that. He got a glove on.
Give him credit for that play.
Self-defense is what it is.
Fouled away by Rajai Davis for strike 1.
That's the thing about throwing salad. You're always in a good fielding position because it's not like you're exerting yourself throwing that stuff. You better be a good fielder.
You're fresh. You're ready to go.
You are ready.
Bouncing.
You're looking for somebody that's going to hit it.
Meanwhile, Drew Pomeranz has seen 9 Indians. He has retired them all. He has struck out 3 of them. Got Davis in the first inning. And went just inside. Barely missed. Could have been a strike. Chad Whitson said no.
It's such a big curveball. You don't see those type of curveballs, especially from a guy that tall.
Here's the 1-2. They do appeal and no, says Cedarstrom. Davis gets on. He's going to run. Stolen 31 bases in 34 tries. 31 steals, the most in Indians history for a player 35 or older. That runs it to 3-2. Been a hot hitter too. His last 8 games batting .360.
You don't want to walk him. He's got to throw a fastball. No way, curveball.
Payoff pitch. Sock to center. Bradley turning, turning, gone. Number 11 for Davis. That's their first hit of the ball game, and it gets over the 400 mark to make it 1-0 Cleveland.
And that's what happens. I'll tell you, you don't expect a home run right there, but He's sitting fastball because he knows you're not going to go. You don't want to walk him, and he gets a fastball. He hits out of the ballpark, dead center field. You see this ball up, out over the plate. He gets extension. You don't expect Davis to go dead central, but he's got some pop right here. You don't see Jackie Bradley Jr. turn around very often. You know it's gone.
Here's Jose Ramirez as he looks at a ball. He's 0 for 1 with a tapper to first base. So the Indians take the lead with their first hit off of Drew Pomerantz. Ramirez has hit 8 home runs. And he's hit safely in 18 consecutive games. I mean, Davis has given them a real lift, hasn't he?
Totally. That's a good sign by them, too. He's made his way around the league, hasn't he? He went from Detroit, Toronto. He's been around the block a little bit.
Inside of young talent like Ramirez and Lindor and a few others, but they've added veterans like Napoli and Davis. They've sprinkled them in, and it's made a big impact.
It has, and everybody talked about they're in trouble. They haven't got Brantley. He's out for the season. They need outfield help.
3-0 pitch, and he walked them on 4 straight.
And who turned them on to Napoli? Whose idea was that? Somebody must have told them, you got to try this guy.
MLB.TV Premium is everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game of all 30 teams in true high definition on over 400 supported devices. Visit MLB.TV for details. Now the multi-talented Francisco Lindor, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pomerantz running into trouble suddenly here in the 4th inning. The homer and now ball 4. Now getting into the heart of their order, and it's a very good heart of the order. Lindor with 14 homers, hitting over 300. Jumps on that one and pops a foul, back out of play.
You got to show them that you can get that hook over the plate, or they're looking fastball galore. I mean, when you're a 2-pitch pitcher like that, you can't get your curveball over. They're going to be all over that gas.
Lindor, another guy who can run, switch hitter from Puerto Rico.
Throw over right here.
Lindor growing up in Puerto Rico often wore the number 12 to honor former Indians all-star Roberto Alomar, also a native of Puerto Rico, and he wears it today. Runner goes. The pitch low, no throw here by Holiday, and a stolen base by Ramirez. So
there they go.
That is something they like to do.
You pick the right pitch, curveball like that, you almost have no chance. Got a good jump. Curveball in the dirt, can't get a handle on it. Easy stolen base.
Number 19 for Jose Ramirez. Nobody out, man. It's second now for the Indians. The 1-1 to Lindor. Little tapper. It's a fair ball. The runner holding. Throw on to first and now down to second. Not in time there, but in plenty of time at first base to get the out.
Boy, Lindor, he smoked that ball in front of the plate, didn't he? That's a beautiful thing with a little tapper like that. Almost double hit it, but anyway, right in front of Holiday. Easy out. Almost threw behind the runner. Get him. Secondary leader. You better get back. Whoa.
Napoli now 0 for 1. He's flying to left. Mike Napoli has a 14-game hitting streak. We've got several very hot hitters as the Red Sox come in for the 1 game.
Boy, he is not shy. We've seen this for several years in Boston, that big swing.
Yeah, guys, before the game I caught up with Napoli. At 34 years old, he's 1 home run shy of his career high of 30. I asked him point blank, hey, is this a renaissance year for you? And Red Sox fans aren't going to like to hear this, because that down year he had after the surgery, that's what he credits his success to. He said, yeah, it's been about 1.5 years, 2 years after the fact, but I'm finally feeling 100% when he had that surgery on his jaw to fix that sleep apnea, of course, enjoying the success. And Egg, you were talking about it earlier, relatively speaking, Cleveland, they got him for a steal at whatever $6-7 million they're paying him for.
Absolute steal. Are you kidding me? You could put up with the 200 punch outs if he's going to go yard over 30 times.
0-1 is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. He's going to drive in 100 runs.
Right. I don't think he's ever done that. But he's a great clubhouse guy. He's perfect for this team.
Yeah, I was talking about that sleep apnea surgery. He used to wake up in the middle of the night before he had it and immediately check the clock to see if he had slept 3 consecutive hours. He said it was a big victory if he did. Runner goes. Here's the throw, the tag, and he is out. Cut down by Hill and Holiday.
You may take a look at this thing. I thought he was out. The throw beat him, obviously. You're going to see what happens here. Took a while for him to get to the tag on his knee, but did he tag him when he was off the bag? It's interesting. They are going to check this.
Adrian Johnson had a great angle on it, but they will take a look. So this play will be challenged by Terry Francona. I'm not sure he ever came off the bag. Are you?
I don't think he came off the bag, and the tag was on his knee, and I think the foot was in. Look at him. He comes way off the. He came way up in the air, but he didn't leave contact at the bag.
And I thought,
and that's why the umpire called it on. See how late this call is, yeah. Right? He doesn't call him out till the end, like he touched him after he was off the bag.
Yeah, I didn't think that was the reason he was out either. I thought it was because of the original tag, and I thought he beat it first.
Right. That's why the umpire took a long time to call him out.
But it's kind of amazing he did not leave the bag. Didn't look like he did, despite that acrobatic play.
He sort of launched up in the air, didn't he, when he hit the bag? It was strange.
So it is on to New York. The play under review at third base, as Ramirez, who has a stolen base in the inning, is ruled caught stealing by Adrian Johnson. See if they turn this over, however.
To me, it's a stupid play. You better make it. So if he makes it, it's not. But if he doesn't make any sense, this play. But you see the tag at the knee he's in, then he goes up in the air, tag down. See, I don't know. He called him out when he was up in the air, and he thought he left contact, and I don't think he did.
Yeah, of course he's got to wait to call him out or safe, just in case he does come off the base. Right. Now, was the tag there on the knee before the spike hit the bag?
Originally, you're saying, or
yes.
Okay.
I think that's what they have to pay attention
here,
to.
Do you think he touches it before he hits the base?
He doesn't.
There.
Yeah, but his foot's on the bag.
Right.
That doesn't matter.
And then you go right to the inconclusive all the time. Very acrobatic play, huh? The way he comes.
I thought so. It's be fascinating to see. And this is exactly one of those situations where you want to hear from somebody why you ruled the way you did. You want to hear an umpire say.
Then where's he tagged when he's off the bag? There?
Yeah, but his foot
he
remains.
Off the bag?
I thought his foot was on the base.
We can't see that.
Not on that angle.
So that's inconclusive.
Well, that's what it could come down to, and that may be the reason they're looking at this for so long.
Yeah.
Inconclusive would mean they stay with the call on the field, which is out by Adrian Johnson.
Which is a dumb play.
Now, New York has other angles. They are home show camera looks that we can't give you from the Indian show.
Right.
So they could have a couple of different angles that are more conclusive.
I want that angle on top of third base to see if his foot left at the end.
You want the base cam?
Yes, the base cam.
Long wait here on this call.
I mean, is it a dumb play? I mean, there's one out, you get the third, and now a sac fly can score you, but I still think it's wrong. You're in scoring position. What are you doing?
And you got a guy who's driven in 84 runs who's hit safely in 14 in a row at home plate.
Guys trying to go bridge at the plate.
Well, they're having trouble with this one clearly back in New York. And this is where you'd like to see a time limit on calls. Let's set it at 90 seconds. If you can't figure it out by then, then say inconclusive.
Yeah. But the other night, though, how about when they didn't know what the count was, right?
That was fascinating.
That was fascinating.
You know what was a little dangerous about that? Jackie Bradley was running thinking it was a 3-2 count because that was posted inside the ballpark at Fenway. He ran 2 or 3 times.
And we didn't even know.
When the count was 2-2.
Right.
The umpires didn't have the count correct.
So if he looked back and he thought it was ball 4, he would have walked and then they would have thrown him out. That would have been silly. And the count would have been wrong the whole time.
1-0. The Indians have the lead here in the 4th inning on a home run by Rajai Davis. And we're waiting on the call at third base for them to complete their review. Jose Ramirez trying for his 2nd stolen base in the inning. He was called out at third, and finally we do have an answer.
Out.
And he's out.
Figures. It's a good thing.
I'm with you. It's a bad base running play.
Yeah, it is.
It's not smart.
Not smart.
I'm going to guess it was inconclusive.
Yes.
Swung on and lined into left field down into the corner for an extra base hit for Napoli. Trying into second base, and he'll be there with a stand-up double.
You think it was stupid now?
Even more so.
Yeah, Ramirez knows it's stupid now.
So he's hit safely in 15 in a row. There's also a guy who's now 3 for 6 lifetime against Pomeranz. The time of the review, it took forever. 4 hours and 20 minutes. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Felt like 4 hours and 20 minutes. Santana now 0 for 1 with a fly to center. Napoli at second base. 1-0 Cleveland. And a mile-high pop-up on the infield. Shaw and Holiday. And Holiday will make the play. Usually you see the first baseman take that. But he hauls it in. Red Sox get a little base running help. But it is 1-0 Indians. Proud presenting sponsor of the WEEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, dedicated to striking out cancer in kids. Arbella donates $50 for every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher, up to $100,000. Arbella Insurance Foundation, here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. And we are on to the 5th inning. The Red Sox fortunate they're only down by 1 on a home run by Davis. And Travis Shaw to lead things off here against Tomlin. Red Sox got 3 hits last inning. That one is pop foul back out of play, and a wicked line drive by Aaron Hill with runners at first and third. It was caught by the pitcher. So Tomlin got a little bit fortunate.
A little branch work is what that is. Got to get lucky.
Shaw struck out first time up. He'll be followed by Holiday and then Benintendi.
Boy, Shaw's been swinging at that first pitch a lot. He got a changeup right there. He's ready to hack.
Popped him up into center. He's been doing that frequently. Davis right there for the catch, and one man out. Fans, don't miss NESN Live tonight at 5:30. Eck will break down today's game and a report on the Pats as they had their first joint practice with the Bears today. NESN Live presented by Cross Insurance. Tomlin so far frustrating the Red Sox. Just 3 Boston hits. Cleveland only has 2, but one of them over the fence in center field by Rajai Davis. Holiday with a ground ball to third. The backhander by Ramirez. 2 fast outs.
I'm telling you, it looks good to hit. They are ready to hit. They just can't get it done.
Benintendi will be next. He's 0 for 1. He hit a wicked line drive that was caught by Almonte in the 3rd inning. Otherwise, not a lot of hard hit balls yet for the Red Sox. They had a ton of them yesterday, scoring 16 runs on 19 hits. 2 down, bases empty. 87, but on the black.
You think?
And Tomlin works pretty quickly as well. The 0-1. That's a strike at 82.
That is the ugly high changeup is what that is. 82 ultra solid upstairs.
And the 0-2 rolled foul. Tomorrow, Eduardo Rodriguez on the hill against his old team, the Orioles, at 7:05. Giovanni Gallardo on the hill for Baltimore. And then it'll be David Price on Wednesday against Chris Tillman. Tillman's 15-4. Price will go in 10-8. And the 0-2 into left field, but Geyer right there to backpedal and make the play, and the Red Sox go 1-2-3. That's a 7-pitch inning by Josh Tomlin.
What in the world?
NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. The only run in the game, a solo home run by the Cleveland Indians. Rajai Davis, their leadoff man. They will come to bat here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We're at the midway point in Cleveland. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Gary Streisky. We continue on tonight right after this game to Baltimore. 2 games with the Orioles, then 4 in Detroit and 4 at Tampa Bay on this trip. Brandon Geyer is 0 for 1 and amazingly has yet to get hit by a pitch.
He tried to get hit right there, didn't he?
Oh, he always does.
Yeah.
I don't understand why umpires won't refuse to give him the base at least once in a while.
He just wants to walk right into it.
Line drive and a leap off the glove of Bogarts and a base hit. So Geyer is aboard to begin the 5th inning with a single. 24 times he's been hit by a pitch. That leads the major leagues. But hitting back here.
This might have been a cutter right here that he got in on him, the label, but he hit it on a line. Bogey almost caught that, tipped it just a little bit.
Geyer on, Almonte next. He struck out looking his first time up. Drew Pomeranz 0-2 with the Red Sox, a 5.26 earned run average. And not getting any run support yet today. Popped up foul, back our way and out of play for strike 1.
He thought it was going to be great. He got here against San Francisco and they just gave him 8 runs right away, right? Thought this is a great place to pitch. And since that time, they really haven't scored for him.
Red Sox got 11 runs against the Giants in the game you're talking about on July 20, but he only lasted 3 innings. He gave up 5 runs on 8 hits. Here's his 50th pitch of the day. And a chop foul. Red Sox season ticket holders experience the best seats, price, and benefits Fenway has to offer, including potential postseason opportunities. For more information on becoming a season ticket holder, visit redsox.com/season tickets or call 877 Red Sox 9 today. Nobody out, a man at first base. And he flicks another one foul. I was talking with one of the umpiring crews on the last homestand about the possibility that one of the umpires in the future maybe might, after a review, to explain how the call was determined. And it's something that the umpires union has to vote on, to take on that added responsibility. They don't feel like every umpire is capable of doing it.
So it's not about MLB saying this is what you're going to do. They have to agree to themselves.
It's been proposed. It's been suggested. The umpires really have to take on that responsibility if they want to do it. Some of them do. I would say for the good of the game they should.
I think so too.
Down and in, almost hit him. It skips away from Holiday and a runner will move up on a wild pitch. Geyer's into second.
With that big curveball, like trying to keep it down, it's just a matter of time before you throw a wild pitch. It's a pitch that's really hard to block, even though you know it's coming. Way before in the batter's box right there. It's hard to blame the catcher for that.
Well, this is a game that's going to feel like it got away if it's only a 2 or 3 run margin, don't you think?
Oh, totally. I think we should knock that Tomlin out of the box.
Pomeranz with a 1-2, and that drifted low. Now Monte coming off a very good series against the Angels. They swept that series, the Indians did. He went 6 for 13. And suddenly Mike Scioscia's Angel team has dropped 10 in a row. That is a pitching staff with a lot of soft tossers. And now Holiday wants a mound visit here with Drew Pomeranz. Nobody out. Runner at second.
Hard time getting that curveball over. That fastball, they're sitting on it, man.
And tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC and Steve Lyons preview the Red Sox 2-game series in Baltimore. 2-2. He got him. He was out in front on that, and he struck him out.
That's a beautiful curveball right there. It was a strike too. See a funny swing by Almonte. Curveball for a strike. That's as good as it gets. See the break on that ball. It's got to be a foot.
So Jimenez will be next. The catcher struck out his first trip in the 3rd inning. A single and a wild pitch, and a man in scoring position for the Indians. Looks like the sun is trying to break through the clouds here, as that one's pop foul back out of play. When we were here in April, it was all about the weather. Opening week, it was cold, it was rainy, it was nasty. We felt like we were here about 5 weeks.
So opening day wasn't the one that was canceled. What day was canceled?
The last game
the
of
last
the series.
game, right? They could have had it bang the first one.
Opening day was canceled, was postponed, but played the next day. That open day in the series. All sorts of weather issues. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Indians with a comfortable lead of 5 games over Detroit. Tigers really are not playing all that well. Even though they've won 2 in a row, they've dropped 6 of their last 10. And this Cleveland team owns them. They're 11-1 against Detroit.
Wow.
1-2.
Boy, that's a nasty curveball right there. Can't help but think about it. You see Jimenez up here, the catcher. LaCroix, from Milwaukee, turning down that trade is huge for them. They needed a catcher so bad, the Indians. You see the curveball right here to Jimenez. He has no chance. Not a real good hitting catcher. They needed a catcher so bad. LaCroix turned him down. Went to Texas. Swinging the bat good down there right now.
He's already hit 6 home runs for Texas. That'll miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Michael Martinez.
I mean, tell me that wouldn't have helped this club.
He had the right to do that because of his contract, to turn it down, and he said, I'm not coming to Cleveland. Nothing personal against Terry Francona.
Andrew Miller's here, and he's loving it.
Been using him in like the 6th and 7th innings. He said, I'll pitch wherever Tito wants me to pitch. Here comes the 2-2. Foul tipped at home plate. Holiday could not contain that.
Well, he's lucky he got a piece right there.
The score 1-0 Cleveland. We're in the 5th inning. Red Sox have done next to nothing with Josh Tomlin so far. Only 4 hits. They have all been singles.
I mean, he cannot hit his breaking ball. Have a hard time going away from it. If you do throw him a fastball, throw it out of the zone.
Jimenez just a .214 hitter coming into play today. Man, the 2-2. He chased it up high, a fastball, and down he goes, strike 3.
Yeah, I covered it right there.
Yeah, you had it nailed.
I nailed that one, man. You can't hit your curveball, but if you throw a fastball, make sure it's out of the zone. And it was. It's a beautiful thing. That's a lamb right there, just waiting for a punch out.
Well, you had a 50-50 shot because he's throwing fastballs and curveballs. Here's Martinez, 0 for 1, fly to right. Returning to Cleveland after the Red Sox waived him on August 4th. Spent much of the first half in the Cleveland organization. He was designated for assignment by the Indians on July 2nd. Traded to the Red Sox on July 8th. He appeared in 4 games with Boston. Went 1 for 6, and then the Red Sox designated him for assignment. He was picked up again by Cleveland. He pops that one to center field. So Pomeranz should get out of this. Jackie Bradley with the catch to retire the side. They strand a man in scoring position. Still 1-0 Cleveland as we go to the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning, 1-0. The Indians in front. Dustin Pedroia leading off, 1 for 2 with a single. And a breaking ball does not snap. Bogart's on deck, and then David Ortiz. Red Sox did put up 3 hits in the 4th inning, but could not produce a run against Josh Tomlin. High and tight for a ball. Again, the last 2 starts where Tomlin has been on the mound have been ugly.
14 earned runs.
He's been much better than that today.
You got to get him right here. Do not let this guy off the hook, please.
Pedroia seeing him for the 3rd time, and he rips a base hit into left field. Pedroia 2 for 3, so give him 7 hits over the last 2 days. Let's go to Gary.
Guys, the Sox need to get something brewing. Hopefully we see it come from the meat of this lineup. We're going to see David Ortiz follow up by Xander Bogaerts here. And guys, Red Sox Nation, specifically listen to this because Nesson's hooking it up. Text POPPY, P-A-P-I, to 536-536 to sign yourself up for Poppy alerts every single time he's about to take an at-bat. Pre-game ceremonies, you name it, Nesson's going to hook you guys up. Standard message data rates, those may apply. Sign up for it right now, then pay back attention so the Red Sox can get some brewing.
Gary, thank you very much. Across for a call strike on Xander Bogaerts. David Ortiz was very upset at himself when he hit into that double play after Bogaerts singled in the 4th inning.
Can't blame him.
He went onto the bench and was pounding those chairs. Red Sox with 5 hits, the Indians with 3 off of Pomeranz. Xander trying to work his way out of an extended slump. And that's inside.
He just tries to move it around. 86-mile-an-hour fastball, let him off with it. Then he tried to turn it over a little bit inside. He's trying to nail that corner.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Got a piece of it. Xander, facing Central Division teams, has reached base in 21 straight games. He's hitting .460 over that span. But pitching has been the name of the game for this Indian team. Their pitching staff has really been excellent. You're number 3 in ERA in the American League.
They went through a spell where the starters couldn't get anybody out about a week ago. They went through the rotation. Everybody got lit up, and so they were much better about a week 10 days ago.
A ball and 2 strikes on Bogaerts. Pedroia with a short lead at first base. Popped up foul and off into the stands. So it holds at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans, you can help NESN by taking a 2-minute survey and enter for a chance to win a VIP NESN experience at the ballpark on August 31st. Visit NESN.com/survey during today's game for your chance to win.
Bogey just can't square him up. That pitch the last pitch he fouled up was right there. I don't even know if it's a fastball or a changeup. 86 right there.
I mentioned earlier that Tomlin said his favorite road city is Boston. His favorite road park is Fenway. His favorite television show is Cheers. And he's from Texas. Ortiz looking on from the on-deck circle. Tomlin really slows it down with men on base. That got in on him and he flicked it foul. That was also not a strike. I think that's been one of the issues with Xander Bogaerts is typically he swings at strikes more frequently than he has been these last 3 weeks.
Yeah, his pitch identification is what it's all about.
That's dragged down his batting average.
This guy's so hittable. Everything out of his hand you think you can handle.
And Tomlin again with a 1-2. And he got him. Then he got him to chase a non-strike. Down he goes, strike 3.
He's just so anxious that at bat. You see him, he gets him on a little cutter. Way off, didn't even start on the plate. That ball was a ball all the way. Bogey really anxious, leaning out, trying to get to that ball. Made him look bad.
David Ortiz next. He's popped to short and hit into a double play. 1-0 Cleveland in the 6th. David, 26 homers, 90 RBIs. He's been caught in a home run total by Mookie Betts. There's a high deep drive into right field. Forget about this one. Way back. And the Red Sox have the lead. Number 27. So they weren't tied very long.
Just a matter of time.
Give him 92 RBIs, and the Red Sox lead it for the first time today, 2-1.
He's not mad anymore after that double play ball. It's just a matter of time before Tomlin was going to give up a bomb, and the right guy did it.
David Ortiz, on a day with the Cleveland Indians, had a mini ceremony to bid him farewell.
3 for 16 off of Tomlin, 3 home runs.
Went 427 feet. 28th home run of the year allowed by Tomlin. And sends up Mookie Betts, who's gone 1 for 2 with a single. He tags that one to center field, but not terribly deep. Coming on Davis to put that away for the second out. Mookie going after the very first pitch. Speedway, proud to be New England's first choice for value and convenience, and for every Red Sox home run, Speedway donates to Boston Children's Hospital. And now in August, get 10 cents off per gallon of gas at Speedway when you make a qualifying $3 merchandise purchase.
Oof. I mean, what do you say about that? How can you think you're going to get away with that? He didn't.
A lot of pitchers can say the same thing about David Ortiz.
How do you throw David Ortiz that pitch? Although, like you said, going in 3 for 15 up until that at bat. 2 for 15. Make it 3 for 16.
Jackie Bradley now 1 for 2. Singled his last time in the 4th inning. And Poppy frustrated in that previous at bat, but a gorgeous swing here to put the Red Sox in front. Jackie Bradley homering in yesterday's win against Arizona, and has now hit safely in 7 straight against the Cleveland Indians, hitting .283 overall. Bases empty, 2 down. And he lets it go downstairs for a ball that just missed. And Tomlin with the 2-2. Rolled toward first, but foul. Red Sox headed for Baltimore in a quick 2-night stay. So the initial part of this trip, the Red Sox don't even unpack the bags, really. First couple of
very strange. Nothing like it.
1 night here, 2 nights in Baltimore. Then Detroit to settle in. Off speed, down low, and it scoots away from the catcher. Not many hits in this one. The Red Sox have just 6. Cleveland has only 3 against Pomeranz, who's been very good. Looking for his first Boston win, a 3-2. There's a shot deep to right. Kissed that one goodbye, and another Red Sox home run. 3-1 Boston. Jackie Bradley laying into that for his 19th of the season.
He knows he wasn't going to walk him. Well, he didn't walk him. He threw him a fastball for a strike, and he deposited this ball in the right field bleachers. This guy doesn't like to walk people. Fastball middle, the ball's gone. See ya. BP.
So he's now allowed more home runs than any pitcher in the American League, 29.
You can see why.
Jackie Bradley getting that swing back in pretty good working order now all of a sudden.
The curveball yesterday off of Greinke off the foul pole, and here he gets a 3-2 cookie off of Tomlin.
Mickey Callaway, the pitching coach, out to the hill with Aaron Hill coming up next. Hill got unlucky in the 4th inning with runners at 1st and 3rd, hit a rocket up the middle, but Tomlin made a really fine play on it. Otherwise, that's into right center field for an RBI.
Yeah, they could have gotten 2 or 3 runs in that 4th inning. Just a matter of time, and they got him.
First pitch in there for a strike. Shaw would follow. 2 down. Manship and Crockett throwing in the bullpen. Sounds like a law firm. The 0-1 buried. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Hill, who is 1 for 9 lifetime against Josh Tomlin. And a little bit of run support now finally for Pomeranz. Hard ground ball, but right to Ramirez, and he gets it. But the Red Sox get Tomlin for a pair of home runs. Big Poppy with a 2-run shot, and Jackie Bradley got all of his, and the Red Sox lead it 3-1. Perks loyalty program. It's how Dunkin' Donuts shows big time appreciation to loyal fans with great offers and perks. Enroll today at ddperks.com or on the Dunkin' Donuts mobile app. The Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Red Sox have a 3-1 lead here in Cleveland. 1 game only here. And that's such a big inning for Drew Pomeranz. Absolutely needs a shutdown.
Oh, I was exactly going to say that. If you finally get some runs, you got a couple runs to work with, then shut him down. Biggest inning of his whole time being with the Red Sox right here.
Rajah Davis puts it in play to short. Friendly bounce for Bogaerts. Plenty of time. 1 man gone. Davis now 1 for 3. He's responsible for their 1 run with a homer. Stay tuned for Red Sox Final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. TC and Steve Lyons will preview Eduardo Rodriguez start against the Orioles, his old club, tomorrow. Well, he gets the first man on a routine ground ball, and now comes Jose Ramirez. It was a bit of an adventure on the bases in the 4th inning. He stole a base, and then he was caught stealing. He was thrown out by Holiday on a tag by Hill. That was in the same inning. That was like 2 batters in front of Mike Napoli. Napoli then doubled, but there was no one on base anymore. Pomeranz pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket.
See all the damage done really in that one inning. Could have been worse. The home run is the only run, but if this guy wasn't out at third base, could have had 2 runs in.
2-1. Lindor on deck, and then Mike Napoli. And a left-hander with the 2-1. Popped him up. Pedroia out to right. Betts coming on, and Pedroia will take it. 2 down. So Lindor will stride up with the bases empty, and the Red Sox ahead 3-1. We go to the 7th inning. It'll be the bottom third of the order for Boston. Shaw, Holiday, and Benintendi. It has been a low-scoring affair to this point, very unlike yesterday when the Red Sox exploded for 16 runs against one of the best pitchers in the game. We kept saying that. We kept looking like a pair of liars about Greinke. Yeah.
Well, Pomeranz has thrown just enough breaking balls for strikes to get them off his fastball.
1-0 pitch, and a gifted young shortstop with a big swing and a miss.
We haven't seen that changeup. First changeup today.
The 1-1 toward the middle. Bogarts with a dive. He's got it. He guns. Skipped. Out. Shaw with the dig at first base. An outstanding play to Rob Lindor. Bogarts laying out at shortstop. Question is, will they challenge the play at first base? And Terry Francona says no.
What a play.
So it stands as the best defensive play of the day. 3-1 Boston. Back in Cleveland, first pitch in there for a strike on Travis Shaw, who's gone 0 for 2. Red Sox ahead 3-1 in the 7th inning. Josh Tomlin's pitching line is brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. He was elusive for the first 5 innings, not so in the 6th.
That's what I was about to say. In the 6th, you can't let this guy get off the hook, and they didn't. They got him for 2 home runs, and he's still out there.
And a foul away by Shaw. Holiday on deck, then Benintendi, and they still have double barrel bullpen activity, Manship and Crockett. They were warming last inning when he gave up the home runs to Ortiz and Bradley. 1-2 jammed him in on the thumbs. Travis trying to get started again. He's been in a slump. Did not have a hit on the entire homestand. And he is 0 for his last 18. 1-2. High chop on the infield along the first base line. Fair ball and right on top of the bag. Santana for the play. One man out. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets with the best seats at the lowest prices. Ace Ticket has the biggest selection from bleachers to boxes. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS.
Boy, Travis, he's scuffling, man. Every time he's swinging at a pitcher's pitch, popping balls up.
Anthony Ramirez is away on bereavement leave. Personal matter. He's back home in the Dominican Republic. That's 3 days before he returns.
That's as angry as you'll see Shaw. You haven't seen much emotion out of him.
Very even keel typically. Lindor will scoop this up and throw on to get Holiday. And there are 2 down in the Red Sox 7th. Let's go back and take another look at the Xander Bogaerts diving play at shortstop.
Oh, he went so far to get this ball, but he's got to hurry up and get something on this one-hop Shaw. Lindor can get down the line, but this is as good a play as we've seen from Bogaerts all year, without a doubt.
Now, Terry Francona used a challenge earlier and lost on that play at third base, but he can ask for a crew chief challenge, but decided that wasn't going to happen.
When he one-hopped him, I thought he might have been safe, but they didn't attempt it to challenge it. So great play by Bogey.
Benintendi is lined hard to right and lined out to left. Had a couple of good swings with nothing to show for it today. The 0-2 bounced up there. He came in hitting .394. Made his major league debut on the 2nd of August, just 14 months after being drafted. And a 1-2 that'll miss up top. Tomlin trying to bounce back for a 1-2-3 7th. Mike Napoli will lead off in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Indians. And roll to first base again. Santana with the stop. Easy play for him. Side retired. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. We're in the middle of the 7th in Cleveland. 3-1 Boston. Adam and Larry have an update on the American League playoff race, plus a report from Patriots camp. That's tonight at 10 on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Gary Streisky with you here from Progressive Field in downtown Cleveland. Drew Pomeranz has been very good today, and he's had several innings where he really didn't have to work all that hard. He had quick innings.
They've made it nice for him. The pitch count is nice at 72. This is as long as he's went his stint with the Red Sox, going into the 7th inning.
The deepest he had gone twice 6 innings, once against Detroit, a loss, and once against Seattle, which was a no decision in a game the Red Sox would win 3-2. Napoli is doubled and flied to left. Mike, one of the Red Sox bearded brothers from the 2013 World Series team, finds himself in Cleveland now, playing for Terry Francona, who managed 2 Red Sox teams to the World Championship. Pop foul out of play. It's the kind of guy that Terry Francona loves on his team.
Yeah, he needs a guy like this.
Gritty, tough, capable of hitting a ball out of the ballpark. He's done 29 times. Had a very good year for the Red Sox in a World Championship year.
Little cutter in here.
2015 with the Red Sox, Mike tailed off. He hit just 207 with 13 homers.
You know, he's going to punch out what, 150 to 200 times. He's got 148 already.
Yeah, it's part of the package. The 2-2 fouled away. Santana on deck, and then Geyer. So that's 4, 5, and 6 for the Indians, a first place club. 5 up on Detroit in the Central. Cleveland could be a very big help to the Red Sox if the Sox wind up in the wild card only part of the race at some point. Foul back because they still have a bunch of games left with Detroit, and as mentioned earlier, they've won 11 out of 12 against Detroit.
Yeah, and they play what, Toronto this weekend, the Indians do.
Red Sox still have their eyes squarely on a division, though, because they're only 2 games behind in the AL East. But a monster of a trip here. Fouled back to the screen.
Boy, he tried to slip the fastball by him right there. We've seen more cutters from him.
They're the wild card standings. Red Sox with a 1.5 lead on Detroit. And 4 games coming up in Detroit for Boston. Baltimore right now a half game behind Toronto in division play. Here comes the 2-2.
Here comes that cutter again. All of a sudden he likes his cutter.
Napoli getting time granted pretty late there by Whitson. Sox ahead 3-1.
See if he does it. 3's a cutter. There it is. Hello. Get it in there. It's more like a slider, isn't it?
Well, you know, there's always that debate about the cutter and the slider because they look almost identical.
Right. Because that ball goes down a little bit. It's not going sideways either.
I'll tell you what, Pomerantz wants to go immediately, and Napoli's trying to slow him up. The 2-2.
Ooh.
That was not called a strike.
Ooh.
But it was in the zone.
That was that cutter too. With a cutter, slider, whatever. That's a strike. I got to have it. He's trying to throw it up and in, and he throws it for a strike down and away. Doesn't get it.
3-2, 10th pitch of the at bat, and he walks him. So Napoli is on to begin the 7th inning. David Ortiz before the game having some fun with an old teammate. The last time they will visit this season in the regular season.
He loves everybody. Everybody loves Ortiz, but everybody loves Knapp too. He was a big hit here, without a doubt.
He was. With the Red Sox, certainly.
Meanwhile, that's a big walk to Napoli. Let him hit it out of the ballpark.
Santana, who's very capable. He's hit 25 of them. He has flied out, popped up to the catcher today. Santana returned to their lineup this afternoon. He missed a couple of games after being hit in the head with a foul ball while standing in the dugout on Thursday.
I don't like the feel of this right now.
The 1-0. Wouldn't chase it.
Ooh.
2 balls, no strikes on Santana. Santana's a guy you have to throw strikes to.
Yes, you do. What you going to do here? Fastball, keep it down.
Napoli on at first, not a big lead. He went for the downs on that one and came up empty. 2-1. He was thinking home run right there.
Had a good swing at this. He's trying to get this ball inside. It's inside, but he's lucky he still has it.
Pomeranz has had a low pitch count here. Here comes the 2-1 to Santana. And he flares it foul. The Red Sox have an active bullpen. For the first time today, Fernando Abad getting loose. Geyer on deck.
Big pitch here.
2-2 to Santana. He missed with that. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just walked Napoli.
We're sure not going to throw a hook right here because you can't throw a hook for a ball and walk him. He's got to challenge him. Hang on to your underwear here. It's party time.
Red Sox with a 3-1 lead here in the 7th. Here comes the payoff pitch. Chopper to third base, fair ball. Hill into second, got one on to first. Got him. Double play.
Beautiful.
The Red Sox turn 2 in a key spot.
Pitch of the game right there. He'd seen a couple of fastballs. He knew he was going to get a fastball. Game on the line, really. Trying to get a ball in maybe, but that's fastball up middle, and he just rolls it over. What a beautiful thing. And it's an easy turn right there for Pedroia. Santana can't run a lick. Pitch of the game. Yes.
So 2 down, the base is empty in the 7th. Red Sox up 2, and Geyer the hitter. He has flied out and singled. Been very tough on left-handers, hitting .360 against them. What a big pitch from Pomeranz. The deepest he has gone in any start with the Red Sox. Now trying to make it through 7. And a strike.
Now he can go back to his breaking ball.
He's only thrown 90 pitches. Allowed 1 run, the home run by Davis in the 4th inning. Another ground ball to third, a foul. Pomeranz was a first-round draft pick of the Cleveland Indians 6 years ago.
They sent him to Colorado for Jimenez, right? When Jimenez was the man back then.
Then it was on to Oakland and then San Diego. Right to Pedroia, up and over, and that's that. He faces only 3 men here in the 7th inning. Red Sox going to the 8th, up 3-1.
Yeah.
Well, Pomeranz has been outstanding today. He's allowed only 3 hits and 1 run to the #2 offense in the American League. The Red Sox leading it 3-1 as we go to the 8th inning. Dustin Pedroia to lead it off. Another good day for Pedroia with a pair of singles. He's gone 2 for 3. He was on base when Ortiz smashed his 2-run homer off of Josh Tomlin. One batter later, Jackie Bradley crushed a home run against him. That's the difference in the game, as the Sox are up by 2 and getting late here in the first game of this road trip. Pedroia now 5 for 16 lifetime off Tomlin. Coming off a 5-hit game yesterday. Xander Bogaerts, he's on deck. Ortiz hitting out of the 3-hole today. And across for a strike with Mookie Betts batting 4th. Pedroia has hit safely in 7 straight. Here's the 2-2. Lofted foul on a play. He's hitting over 500 since moving into that leadoff spot on Wednesday. Get expert emergency care without leaving Fenway Park at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station. That's behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. Visit bidmc.org. And the 2-2.
The hardest ball that Tomlin's thrown all day right there. 89 miles an hour. Try to paint the outside corner.
He's pitching into the 8th. It looks like Pomeranz will too. Toward the middle, Martinez to snatch that one and get him. And Pedroia 2 for 4 here this afternoon with Xander Bogaerts marching up to swing. Tomorrow 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC and Steve Lyons preview Rodriguez start tomorrow against Baltimore. DCU Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Xander 1 for 3. He's flying to right, singled and whiffed today. Last time up, chased a pitch several inches outside the strike zone as he looks at ball 1.
But he made a great play on Lindor.
Oh, he sure did.
He really did. Up the middle, got up to his feet as fast as he could.
He pops that one up. Right center field, Martinez with Almonte coming behind him. Almonte with the grab, and there are 2 away in the Sox 8th inning. He and Dustin Pedroia turned a double play the other day. That was the most dazzling twin killing of the season. Well, here comes Tito Francona. He's had an active bullpen the last couple of innings, and he will make the move right now. And of course, we know this about Terry. He does not come out unless he's making a move. Tomlin very effective, allowing 3 runs, 7 hits, but that 6th inning got him. Crockett's coming in. His call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kia. Red Sox ahead 3-1 in the 8th, and we'll have more in just a moment. Supporter of Stand Up to Cancer. We invite you to share your hashtag reasons to stand up by posting a photo or video of why you stand up to cancer and tag @CBS in action. Terry Francona wants a lefty for his old friend David Ortiz. Has already ripped a home run in this one, number 27. So he brings on Kyle Crockett with that high ERA of 6.23.
There's some ugly numbers right there. You see the 7 walks to boot.
Ortiz is 1 for 3 with the blast, which gives him 92 RBIs. The bases are empty. 2 down, 8th inning. Red Sox ahead 3-1 here in Cleveland. David indicating bunt, but taking a strike. That big shift on. Well, if he drops it down, it's certainly a base hit.
You're right. He's 1 for 4 off this guy lifetime.
1,733 career RBIs. Moving up on Albert Pujols. Showing bunt again, but takes the ball.
You just don't want him to run, you know.
Red Sox want him to jog.
Yes, we like jogging.
And the southpaw with a 1-1. Flare down the left field line toward that corner. Long run for Geyer, but it's going to go foul. 1-2 on Big Papi. David against lefties this year is hitting .296. Now better against righties, granted .315, but it's not a huge split.
No, I'll tell you what, nothing has fallen off. It's just been amazing. That was the problem years ago, wasn't it? When everybody started second guessing him.
He wound up to hit that one, but knocked it foul.
I mean, at one point, I don't know how many years it was, and I don't think I'll ever forget him getting pinch hit for. Who was it? Mike Lowell, right? What was that? Toronto?
It was Terry Francona.
Right. It was a long time ago, but look what happened since.
Crockett with a 1-2. A bullet down the line and a fair ball up into the wall, and that is going to be a David Ortiz single. One hopping the fence. Boy, his last couple of bats, he has really torn into it.
I mean, look at him. He hit the ball the other way, breaking ball. He flipped it down the left field line, foul, then throws him a fastball down and in. He hits an absolute bullet. Look at this. This ball is smoked. Cleans it out of there. Easy double for anybody except Ortiz. I mean, it got down the line in a hurry. You see Almonte go get it, but he was thinking double. He's thinking double. He's running pretty good, but forget about it.
Manship coming on. Well, David has 37 doubles to lead the majors. A single there. We'll take the break. Red Sox ahead 3-1 in the 8th inning. Summary brought to you by Xfinity. Drew Pomeranz has gone 7 outstanding innings today. He's never pitched at the big league level longer than that. Looks like he's coming out for another one. Ortiz 2 for 4, 27 home runs. Jackie Bradley is homered as well. Tomlin went 7 2/3, 7 hits, 3 earned. Rajai Davis with their only run. He drove himself in with a solo shot off of Pomeranz. They're going to bring in Jeff Manship now, the right-hander.
After David Ortiz just made love to the whole infield. It's amazing, isn't it? Everybody loves Ortiz. You go deep, you take him deep, you hit a bolt down the line, and we're all hugging out there. If I'm a pitcher on the Indians, I'm out of my mind right now.
Mookie Betts 1 for 3 with a single back in the 4th inning. Red Sox trying to add to this 3-1 lead. With 2 men out, and he will take ball 1. Manship recently off the disabled list because of tendonitis in his right wrist.
Well, he had a great year for them last year, Manship. He had a ERA under like 0 something. Came out of nowhere. This year he came back down to earth.
Betts will take one up and in for a ball. Yesterday 3 home runs, a career high 8 RBIs. Jackie Bradley on deck. He's homered in this one. I think Mookie has another player of the week on the way as he fouls that one off.
But you tell me the game hasn't changed, really.
Oh, it definitely has.
Hasn't it? I mean, this is ridiculous. You know, the Red Sox are winning 3-1. David hits a bullet down the line. They take the pitcher out. In between innings, he's talking to everybody on the infield. They're hugging. It's like unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Well, I would say that he's saying some goodbyes.
Yeah, I guess.
This is the last time.
Yeah, maybe more this year than ever, right? Without a doubt.
Well, I don't think there's any question about that. You're seeing a lot more of that from David, you know, in game and pregame activity. Pregame activity, absolutely.
Yeah, that's always been like that. But this is like ridiculous.
3-1 to Mookie. There goes Ortiz, and the pitch is outside for ball 4. So very nearly another stolen base. You would have had it stolen had that been a strike. Mookie Betts will take the walk. That gave the crowd a little bit of a thrill.
What are you doing? Like, we don't want him to run anywhere, right? And he takes off.
He has 2 stolen bases this year.
All eyes are on Ortiz. That's why you get the reaction more than anything else. I know he doesn't run the bases all that much, but
why it's David running at all?
I know. Stop it already. But he was running pretty good to first on that double.
Yep.
Could have been double.
Yeah, I thought that was a good sign too.
Wasn't it?
If you're a Sox fan, the fact that he looks like he's running a little freer than he has in recent weeks. Positive side. Jackie Bradley is 2 for 3 with a single and a home run.
There he goes. Boy, he's feeling pretty good, isn't he?
Gotta be.
There's no hiccup in that giddy up.
So first and second, 2 down. Red Sox trying to add on against Manship. Ahead 3-1. And the 0-2 down into the dirt. Jackie's already been hit on that big toe of that back foot a couple of times. He had to take a night off the other evening against Arizona because of it. He said it got him on a ligament. It hit him in a real bad spot. So he's probably going to be bothered by that the rest of the season and get constant treatment. 1-2. Waved at and missed. Down he goes. Strike 3, and that'll do it. Red Sox threaten but don't score in this inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th in Cleveland. Red Sox 3 and Cleveland 1. Is back this year with this special ticket offer. You get free parking, a free duck tour ride to and from the park, and a free hot dog and soda with each ticket, courtesy of Aramark. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/family pack. Last half of the 8th inning.
I think there's a short leash, huh?
I think so. Abad going in the bullpen. This is the longest that Pomerantz has ever gone. He has never pitched into the 8th inning. Almonte will lead things off. He has struck out twice. And he cuts and misses. Jimenez, the catcher, and then Martinez, the second baseman. So it's the bottom third of the order due up here. In tight, 1 ball, 1 strike on Almonte.
Hasn't done much wrong, Pomerantz, today. Really, just a home run to Rajay Davis. That's it.
He's only allowed 3 hits.
Yeah. The biggest pitch of the game last inning was the Santana double play ball. That was huge. The pitch of the game. 3-2. Fastball.
To a home run hitter who hit 25 homers. The 1-2. Lob foul back out of play. He had walked Napoli to begin the inning.
Tough at bat by Napoli. Maybe we can get this guy rolling and gets a W today. It's been a while. Taking him 6 starts to this point.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Almonte for the 3rd time today on strikes. 1 out in the 8th.
Curveball, little dewdrop inside corner to Almonte. Swings over the top of this thing. Look at that big looping curveball.
He's only walked 2 men and struck out 6. It's a new career high in innings pitched for Drew Pomerantz. Trying to pick up his first Red Sox win. Jimenez has struck out 2 times himself, so these guys in the 7 and 8 part of the order are 0 for 5 with 5 whiffs. High fly, well hit. Bradley back at the track and wall, leaps up, and it's off him. He can't make the play, and into second base, stopping there is Jimenez.
Wow, that ball looked like it was out of the ballpark.
Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's TC. Tom, thank you very much. We want to get a look at that play out there in right center field by Jackie Bradley.
Oh, I thought that ball was his foot. I thought his glove was over the fence, but it was at the yellow line. He almost caught this ball.
Goes as a double. Martinez flares that one to center right at Jackie. Comes in a bit to make the catch, and there are 2 down.
Almost a great catch by Jackie. Might have one more step and jumped. He might have caught it.
Yeah, I wonder if he had to do it over again, if he would not try and plant the foot into the wall.
Right.
And just jump at the base of the fence straight up. But
easy for us to say.
Yes. That'll bring up Rajay Davis, who's blasted a home run. That was back in the 4th inning. Pomerantz trying to get through 8 innings. Davis with 11 home runs, still pretty good power out of that leadoff spot.
I'm surprised that Farrell didn't go directly to the bullpen. I really am, because of the. I know he's pitched a good game, but God forbid somebody juiced him here.
Now Brad Ziegler was brilliant the other night against Arizona. He joins Abad in the pen. 2 down, a man at second, and a strike. That evens the count 1-1 on Davis. Red Sox leading 3-1. Uncharted territory for the left-hander Pomerantz.
Stay with that curveball.
Little roller foul.
Well, he got that fastball in, emergency swing. Big pitch. Now he's way in his head. He doesn't know what he's going to do right here. He's thinking about that curveball, and he swings at a fastball. Ball's in on him big time. Shook him off.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Davis. Line drive to right field. That's a fair ball down into the corner. That'll chase in Jimenez. Heading into second base, Davis, and that makes it a one-run game.
Boy, Davis was looking breaking ball the whole way. That's why he had such an emergency hack the pitch before. Then he hangs him a breaking ball up out over the plate.
And here comes John Farrell.
Yeah, that check swing told you everything. Looking breaking ball. See this check swing? He's thinking breaking ball all the way. Little emergency swing, and then he gets what he's been looking for. An ugly curveball outside corner, up, out, over. Takes it down the right field line, and that's an easy 2 for him. Tying run now at second base. Farrell goes out and gets him.
So the day is done for Pomerantz, and leaves behind a runner, the tying run at second base. Two-minute survey. Enter for a chance to win a VIP NESN experience. Visit NESN.com/survey during today's game for a chance to win. So John Farrell is elected to go to Fernando Abad here to take on the switch hitter Jose Ramirez. When you look at the numbers, Ramirez a .330 hitter this season against lefties, .308 against righties.
Strange move.
With a runner at second base, he's also .389 with men in scoring position.
Abad has struggled. He had a decent year, but he's struggled since he's come to the Red Sox. A couple of losses. Big home run to Cano, everybody remembers. Real pressure situation for him right here.
Now Ziegler had only thrown a handful of pitches, the right-hander in the bullpen. But in any event, it'll be Ramirez coming up 0 for 2. Robbie Ross Jr. has also joined him in the bullpen. The tying run is at second with 2 down. And ball 1 on Jose Ramirez, who's having an outstanding year. He has an 18-game hitting streak, but hitless today. Davis, after the RBI double, down to second. And Abad with a 1-0. He drops it downstairs.
I think that's his changeup, which is not even close. Little 50-50 stranded runners.
Abad's allowed 3 runs.
If he goes after him.
Appearances so far for the Red Sox. Here comes the 2-0 pitch.
Yes.
Well, that looked like a cross up there, Rick, because Holiday Had to go back down in the crouch. Take a look at this.
Yeah, the whole thing is ugly. The breaking ball that he threw is ugly, and then he crosses him up.
Wow. That could have been dangerous.
That's a double dandy right there.
Count goes to 3-0.
And that is so ugly. You got to know what you're supposed to throw.
The 3-0 pitch runner goes, and that's in there for a strike, and they let him take third base. So now he's 90 feet away. Davis with a steal.
Well, he's so concerned throwing a strike 3-0. He can't worry about anything. And Davis obviously going to take a base anytime.
Red Sox hanging on by their fingernails here in the 8th inning. Abad with a 3-1. A high pop-up. Bogart's out. Benintendi coming on. Benintendi wants it, and that's the inning. 3-2 as we go to the 9th inning in Cleveland. Fans, time to vote for the Globies, Boston's biggest sports bash. The Boston Globe sports writers have nominated many of your favorite athletes and sports moments in several categories. Cast your vote right now at theglobies.com. The Globies are presented by Mercedes-Benz. Well, Abad gets the pop-up. There was some watching Xander Bogaerts dive down out of the way to make sure there was no collision as Benintendi made the catch, and the Red Sox still lead it going to the 9th inning. 3-2. Cleveland had the tying run at third base.
It's a little frightening right there. You think that he lost it the last second, but Benintendi was calling him off the whole way.
Zach McAllister comes out of the bullpen now for Terry Francona. Throws it right over the top of Hill. Looked like a breaking ball that did not do a thing. It's his 38th appearance. 2-2, a 467 earned run average.
McAllister, a big boy out there. See, this breaking ball slips out of his hand right over his head.
Aaron Hill, the batter. He is 0 for 3. Hit a hot shot liner that was caught by the pitcher, and this one a high fly foul on a play. That was Josh Tomlin at the time, who went 7 2/3. Pitcher of record for the Indians. Pitcher of record for the Red Sox, Drew Pomeranz, as Kimbrel starts to loosen up in the Sox pen. To pitch the bottom of the 9th inning in Cleveland. Sock foul by Hill.
McAllister out there used to be a starting pitcher for the Indians. They moved him to the bullpen. Did a nice job for him last year. This year he's gotten knocked around a little bit. The 1-2 to Aaron Hill. Up the middle.
Gets through for a base hit off Martinez. Second baseman with a dive off Leather. First hit of the day for Hill. Red Sox looking for some wiggle room here in the ninth inning.
They definitely need another run right here. Would be a beautiful thing for Kimbrel, so he can give up a bomb and not worry about it.
So how do you play it now? Do you have Travis Shaw drop down a bunt?
Yeah, I would think about it.
He's gone 0 for 3.
They've tried to have him bunt before. He's not the greatest of bunters, but he has put one down.
I think the best bunter on the team right now is probably Sandy Leon. He's been very reliable in that spot. Shaw has never had a sacrifice.
Never has, huh? He attempted one, I guess, once that wasn't pretty. He's still looking down there, wondering what's going down.
He took a strike. He has whiffed. He's also popped up to center and grounded to the first baseman. Hill with a short lead. And the 0-1. Lined into left. Geyer on a run. Can't get it. It's off the wall. Hill is on his way to third, and he's there standing up. And it's a double for Shaw.
Yeah, you can't make him bunt right there. Come on.
Double off the fence. Forget about bunting.
Yeah, he's due, man. This guy is a guy that can hit. Fastball away. He laces this ball down the right, left field line. This is a double easy. Hill goes to third, and Shaw pulls up at second. Nobody out. Talk about some insurance runs. That'll add up right there. And he needed that hit badly.
And Travis Shaw had been 0 for his last 19 before that double. Now the infield is in. Brian Holiday, the batter, has gone 0 for 3. And the Red Sox trying to get some insurance runs, leading 3-2 in the ninth with nobody out.
The infield is not totally in. You see the second baseman and shortstop kind of halfway.
And he'll take ball one. Benintendi on deck. Red Sox have reached 10 hits again.
See, they're not all the way up on the grass. They got a shot at the plate. They're going to take it.
And McAllister with a 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. At 96, he dotted the corner. Red Sox early in the season were a bad daytime team. They went 3-7 in day games in their first 10. We've gone 19-9 since. Hill at third, Shaw at second. Holiday trying to deliver with his new team. Ooh, that just missed. Two balls, one strike. Home runs for the Red Sox today from David Ortiz and Jackie Bradley Jr. Both of those in the 6th inning off of Tomlin. And he bloops that one foul back out of play to square the count at 2-2. Holiday's been a bit of a good luck charm. His teams are combined 9-1 in his last 10 starts at catcher. Did an excellent job at Pomeranz today.
He could use a little contact right here.
Benintendi would be next. The 2-2. Got a piece. The Red Sox are trying to get back to 13 games over 500. They can do that with a win today. Trying to get to 65 and 52. And then move on to Baltimore tonight for 2 games with the Orioles beginning tomorrow. Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, David Price. Aaron Hill at third base, Travis Shaw at second, and a 2-2 to Brian Holiday. Swung on and foul tipped into the mitt, and he struck him out. So down goes Holiday for the second time today on strikes.
Well, that fastball ran in right back at him. He's looking for a fastball away. It kept running. Foul tipped it. Looking fastball away. Watch this ball run in on him. He can't get to it.
Well, John Farrell made what some would consider an unconventional move when he brought in the lefty to face Ramirez. The numbers might indicate you go the other way if you can, but it didn't look like Ziegler had thrown enough pitches to get warm.
Yeah, I think that was the case.
John may have a different explanation on that after the game, that he liked the matchup instead for some reason with Abad, and he did get the pop-up to get out of it and strand the tying run.
Boy, he gets a knock right there. You're thinking second guessing that.
But the move worked. So here's Benintendi. He is lined hard to the right fielder, lined to left, and grounded to first. 0 for 3 today. You can make this very, very comfortable for the Red Sox with a base hit right here. One man out, 2 men in scoring position. Dustin Pedroia, who is red hot, is on deck. He has 2 more hits today.
All McAllister has is a fastball, and it's been up. That's it.
Base hit could score 2. The 1-0. Right through it. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. And up in the zone.
Benintendi can't get there. A little big swing for him. This is not a pitch that he can get to. That ball's up out of the zone. Little uppercut, even high for him.
Red Sox 3, Cleveland 2, 9th inning. The 1-1. He overthrew that heater.
That's all he's been doing is throwing gas.
So no guesswork here if you're Benintendi. You know it's number 1.
You would think. Just got to get it down.
He's driven in 6 runs at the big league level. The 2-1. Got a piece of it. That evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Red Sox and the Indians making up a game here in Cleveland that was canceled, postponed on April 7th because of rain. It's the last time they'll see each other in the regular season. John Farrell and Terry Francona, very close friends, and they spent a lot of time together down on the field before the game. Infield leaning in here.
Major surprise, and it's anything but a high fastball.
The 2-2. High pop up into left along the line. Geyer back to tag Hill. He'll make the catch, and the runner's going to stay put as the throw comes into home plate. And now there are 2 down. Nobody going anywhere. Not a very deep fly ball along the line.
That one's right in between, and Geyer's got a pretty good arm out there. Makes a throw all the way to the plate. He was a dead duck, I would believe, if he went.
That brings up Dustin Pedroia. 5 hits yesterday, 2 more today. He's gone 2 for 4. Scored a run in the 6th inning. He was aboard when Ortiz slammed his home run. Number 27 for David. In the 6th inning, Red Sox ahead 3-2, looking for more. And a tall right-hander's first one to Pedroia. Strike 1.
Now that's all this guy's been doing is throwing fastballs. Kind of got on the side of that one. It ran in.
He is 4 for 14 with a double against this guy. 286.
And Petey'd have a good swing at this pitch.
The 0-1 from McAllister. Swung on, pop foul. That'll drift out of play. And Pedroia is in the hole 0-2.
The ball just keeps running. He's trying to throw the ball in the outside corner. It keeps running. He's not doing it on purpose. This is kind of a natural movement.
Kimbrel is ready. He's going to get the meaty part of their order in the bottom of the ninth. Lindor, Napoli, and Santana.
I want the meaty part of that order with a 3-run lead right here. A little base hit by Pedroia. This is a big at bat. Big pitch here.
The 0-2 coming. He missed with that at 95. 1-2. Red Sox are going to be away for a long time, trying to get started on the right foot on this 11-game trip.
You can't throw it high enough for Petey.
They lead at second and third with 2 down. Line shot into left, driving back Geyer, backing up to the track. He's got it.
Whoa.
And the Red Sox fail to score. They strand runners at second and third. Kimbrel coming on with a 1-run lead to the bottom of the ninth we go. For the Jimmy Fund again this year. Bob will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund for every game saved this season. Everybody saves at Bob's, the only choice for untouchable furniture value. Available in store or at mybobs.com. The Red Sox brought on Craig Kimbrel for spots just like this. Ninth inning, up by 1. Very tough part of an excellent batting order.
This is what you get paid to do, and this is it. Doesn't get any tougher than this. Middle of the lineup.
He picked up his first save since the 1st of August with a perfect 9th inning on just 12 pitches Saturday night against Arizona. So he was very sharp. The thing about Kimbrel is you usually figure it out right away.
Yeah, I'm glad he had a time to go out there, that appearance before or after the 4-walk appearance.
Yeah, that was a disaster. Well, here comes Lindor. He's gone 0 for 3. And he takes one in there for a strike. Lindor has whiffed, grounded to the catcher, and grounded to short.
He has never faced Kimbrel.
A 1-run game in the 9th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, Mike Napoli, who's having a big year for the Indians.
A little underneath that fastball there. And
then Santana, who's hit 25 home runs. Waved at and missed as he went to the breaking pitch.
That breaking ball is really unhittable. Everybody's looking dead red. And you get a swing like this from Lindor. No chance.
Heck, do you go back to number 1 or the curveball?
Curveball. He's going to throw high cheese.
Got a piece of it. 97 on the high heater.
You go up, then you go down. You go up, and then you go down.
Change the eye level.
Yes. I don't mess around. Let's get him out.
You've said this before. You throw 98, 99, keep throwing.
Let's go. Don't mess around. What are we at here? Back to the curveball? No. He likes that curveball. Here it is.
1-2. Flying into left field on the move. Benintendi. Will he get there? He dives. He can't get it. It's a fair ball. It rattles into the corner. Lindor is into second and stopping there. A lead-off double.
Man, what a hit by Lindor. Had only seen a nasty breaking ball earlier in the count. Doesn't get a very good one. Very average curveball there by Kimbrel. You see how he started him out. Gas right there. Next pitch. Misses with the high fastball. Then the curveball. Nasty down and in. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Misses high fastball. Fouls it off. And then here comes the breaking ball. Leaves it out over the plate. Slices this ball down the line. And I tell you what, that was a close. What an attempt by Benintendi. He had to try for it. You couldn't even hold that to a single. That's a double. Luckily not a triple.
Now Mike Napoli. 1 for 2 with a double. Walked his last time up. Tying run at second. That's power against power for strike 1.
Boy, he's just swinging out of his hand. That ball's way out of the zone.
Only faced Kimbrel one time. Kimbrel struck him out. Mike's a hot hitter right now. 15-game hitting streak. The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Once again, he's kind of underneath that fastball.
Napoli has always been incredibly fond of the high heat.
That's why you got to throw it higher than high.
Kimbrel's 1-1. A breaking ball away. 2-1. Santana on deck. You knew this would not be easy, particularly this part of the order for the Indians.
You're going to challenge him here with a fastball.
Lindor leading his second.
No, he doesn't.
2-2. Not a heater.
Yeah, when you know, with Kimbrel, when in doubt, he throws that hook. Wasn't a great one, but he's sitting dead red, and that ball's kind of hung just a hair.
Would he throw that again?
He wouldn't. I don't want to throw it right there. I think he got away with it there. He could blow him away, I think, here.
The 2-2. Too high.
You tell me you throw him a hook here?
I think he might.
I think he might too. I think he has a.
The Sox closer from the set. And he did go to the breaking ball and he missed with it. So ball 4. Runners on at first and second for the Cleveland Indians with Santana coming up. A double and a walk to begin the 9th inning for Kimbrel.
Boy, you just can't think with Kimbrel. That fastball of his, he doesn't really know where it's going. That's why he's going to that breaking ball more.
Going to bring on a runner. Tyler Naquin will run at first base for Mike Napoli. And he represents the winning run.
This makes me nervous, the whole thing. I can't think with Kimbrel. I really can't. You know, ever since he's come off the DL, I don't really know what he's doing. But he likes drama. He's not afraid of drama, that's for sure.
Well, he's got some. It's Kipnis in the on-deck area. He would hit for Geyer, but it's Santana first. He's certainly capable of ending the ball game with one big swing. 25 homers. He is 0 for 3 with a double play ball in this one. 3-2 Red Sox in the bottom of the ninth, but big trouble for Kimbrel. And he's not throwing the fastball for strikes.
No, I mean, he doesn't know where his fastball is going. I mean, he has more of an idea with that breaking ball. It's a great double play guy right here.
Santana bounced into one in the 7th inning. 5-4-3. The 1-0. Popped and fouled, back out of play.
A good pitch to hit right there.
Santana has been doubled up 14 times.
I mean, this is a really good pitch to hit. It's got some hair on it, but it's right there.
Santana has one of the better eyes in the American League.
See if he goes back to his hook.
Lindor and Naquin, the base runners at second and first. Here's the 1-1. Fouled back again. Now would he come back with a curveball and try and freeze him?
The curveball is looking for a punch out.
One ball, 2 strikes.
This kind of has a pretty good idea now all of a sudden with his fastball back to back. Got that release point kicking.
Tying run at second base for the Indians. Here's the 1-2 home. He got him upstairs at 98 to blow him away. Out number 1.
The heck with that curveball. Go to the gas. Up out of the zone. Threw him 2 pitches to hit. You see the 2 pitches previous, and this one's not even close. He's in that swing mode, and he gets him on a ball out of the zone with some hair on it.
So Kipnis will be announced as the pinch hitter. Jason Kipnis at .291, 20 homers, 65 runs batted in. Didn't start in this one, coming off the bench for Terry Francona. First and second with 1 out. Strike 1 on the swing and a miss.
Boy, you got to get loose right there. That ball's by you.
0 for 7 lifetime as a pinch hitter. Almonte on deck. And the 0-1 from Kimbrel. 0-2.
Boy, he's just going to work with that heat. Just hump.
Do you throw anything else here?
Why? I wouldn't throw anything else. I'd throw that same pitch. He's not even loose. That ball's in the glove. The only thing he can get to is down. He can't get to that ball up there.
The 0-2 to Kipnis. Foul away. That went off the umpire.
Man, he's hacking at anything. He wants this ball up out over the plate. It kind of gets in on Kipnis. You see right there.
Well, they rang the bell to Chad Whitson back there. Now a little conference on the hill. Holiday talking to Kimbrel about what to throw here with Bogarts coming in on it. What does the shortstop add to this? What does he want?
I guess he wants to know what the signs are. That's all I can think. He wants to make sure he knows what the pitch is, period.
So it's Lindor at second.
Because he may not even put down a sign.
May not. Naquin at first. 2 strikes on the pinch hitter Kipnis, who has excellent power.
And he doesn't.
Trying to put him away, looking for back-to-back Ks. Fouled off the breaking pitch.
Seems like the breaking ball is the only thing he has a chance on. A little emergency hack on a breaking ball.
It's the only thing he's made contact on.
Yeah. So you want to be a closer?
Inning started with a double by Lindor. Napoli took ball 4. He's out for a pinch runner. Santana just struck out on a high fastball. 0-2 on Kipnis. Here comes. And he left that one just a little high.
He finally didn't swing at it. Finally got a couple looks at it. He said, I'm not going to do it this time. He can't get to that fastball upstairs. There's no way. But if he takes it, it's a ball.
Kipnis is a guy who will strike out. He has whiffed exactly 100 times. The 1-2. He got him. 96 to blow him away. 2 down.
That's what he is. That's what his name is. Gas Masterson. That's what you're supposed to do. You watch the sequences. This at bat here to Kipnis. This is Gas by you in the glove. Gas by you upstairs. Then he fouled one off. Then he finally throws him a breaking ball that he fouls off. Then he goes back to the fastball. He takes this, but he will not take the next one. It is by him again. No chance. Overmatched.
Here's Almonte, who has struck out 3 times today. That was all at the hand of Drew Pomeranz, who stands to pick up his first Red Sox win if Kimbrel can lock this one up. And that is high for ball 1. Runners at first and second, 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. The Red Sox cling to a 1-run lead. Sox going for their 4th consecutive win. And a 1-0 pitch to Almonte. 2-0.
Boy, Kimbrel's not the type of guy that just goes out there and gets 3 outs with 5 or 6 pitches, is he?
He is not. As you said, maybe he loves the drama.
I don't know, but I don't like the drama.
That is Lonnie Chisenhall in the on-deck area. He would bat if Almonte reaches.
I have to get that fastball down a little bit here.
The 2-0. And he missed badly there. Ball 3.
Whoa.
One more like that and the bases will be loaded for Cleveland.
Boy, when he's off a hair, it just takes off. Now he's just going to try to center cut this thing. Let's see if he can do that.
Well, yesterday was such a walk in the park for the Red Sox. Not today. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, and he drills it in there at 95.
Took a little off.
Get me over fastball. 3-1. Hitters count for Almonte.
This is the dangerous one right here.
Lindor at second. Naquin at first. The 3-1. Line deep down the right field line. He hooked it foul.
Oh.
It had home run distance and then some.
What did I tell you about the dangerous one? Oh, that's not the one another one fastball. He's just trying to get it over, you know, and this guy is on top of it. Ready, get set, swing. It doesn't matter how hard you throw. He was ready. That is so close to being bridge walk-off Johnson.
3-2. 2 down. First and second.
Don't worry about anything. He's going to punch him out right here.
A lot of fans throughout Red Sox Nation are going, don't worry about anything, huh?
Don't worry about anything. He's got him. He got him. You don't think he'd throw a hook right here? Gas him.
The 3-2 runners go, and it's flicked foul. Fastball, but he got a piece. And he'll do it again.
The ball you want to throw is a fastball up out of the zone. But that's ball 4.
And if he doesn't swing, it loads him up for Chisenhall. High tension in Cleveland. Chisenhall would be next.
Gas him again.
Lindor and Naquin taken off with the 3-2. Here it comes. And a high pop-up. Pedroia there on the infield. Shallow right. And that's the ball game. The Red Sox hang on and win it by a final score of 3-2.
Don't worry about anything. I told you. He had it all the way.
Red Sox taking game 1 of a highly challenging trip, a highly challenging day for the Red Sox in the win column. And TC, they have now won 4 consecutive games. It is on to Baltimore.